Hello mathematicians, this video is going to be on finding the circumference of a circle. So we found out that the ratio from the circumference to the diameter equaled pi, and we found that pi equals, for our purposes, 3.14. Pi equals 3.14. So now using a little bit of algebra, we can multiply both sides of this equation here by the diameter, and these diameters cancel each other out, so we get C equals pi times diameter. This is an equation that we'll use to find the circumference C of a circle. So for this problem here, we're given the diameter, the distance from one side of the circle through the center to the other, is equal to 8 inches. So for this problem here, all that we do is we go C equals pi times 8. And remember, pi equals 3.14, so for this one I'll go C equals 3.14 times 8, and that equals C equals 25.12. So this is one equation you might see, or one formula you might see to find the circumference of a circle. You might also see something like this, where it goes C equals 2 pi r. We know that the distance from the center to the outside of the circle is equidistant at any point on the circle. So the distance from here to over here is the same as the distance from here all the way over to here. So this is just two radiuses. The diameter is twice the radius. So you also see C equals 2 pi r. So in this instance, we know the diameter is 8 inches, that means that the radius is 4 inches. So say we were given that this was 4 inches rather than that we were given the radius rather than the diameter. What we would do is we just plug this into our calculators. We go C equals 2 pi times 4, the radius being 4, and we know pi equals 3.14. And we would still end up getting C equals 25.12 inches. Make sure I label this one, inches. Right? It's the same thing, we're going to get the same answer, just sometimes we might be given the diameter, sometimes we might be given the radius. You might also be given a problem where you are given the circle's circumference and you need to find the radius or the diameter. I'll show you one example of that right here. So let's just write out our formula. So we know that C equals pi times diameter. So we are looking for our diameter right now. We are given the circumference. So why don't we just plug in the circumference that was given? We're given that it was 50.24 inches. So 50.24 equals pi times diameter. So we know pi equals 3.14. So why don't we just divide both sides by pi, divide both sides by pi, or 3.14, whatever you prefer, it's the same thing. And we are going to end up, these pi's cancel each other out, and 50 divided by 3.14 is going to give us 16. So the diameter would be equal to 16 in this situation. That is one other type of problem you might see involving the circumference of a circle. So that is it on our video on how to find the circumference of a circle. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it.